Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray.
What is going on, crypto fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. We're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use. And boy, do we have some news to talk about, because the SEC might have just admitted they suck. We're going to talk about that. And then, the Fed's worst nightmare is really starting to play out here. So we got to look at that. We got some important data numbers that dropped today. So we'll chat that out. And there was a big breach today. So wait till we get to our FUD segment, find out who that was. But better start checking some of your investments, man, because a big player in the space got hit today on a hack. So let's chat it out. I'm going to bring my man on, the busiest dude in crypto. He is Detroit's own, the man, the myth, the legend, F.D. White. You know it. What's up, my man? How you doing?
What's up, man? I'm good, man. We had a nice little dip today. I just woke up from a nap, so we've been going extra long. So I said, let me take a nap just in case we go long tonight, man. So I'm ready.
Yeah, my
How
man.
you feeling, TradeFly?
I'm good, man. I'm acting energized. I ain't get no sleep last night. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got up real early. It's the wifey's B-day, so shout out to Mrs. TradeFly. Happy birthday to her. If I
Happy
had
birthday.
if I had something to clap or some cheering, I guess I got rid of all that. I got all just cool. I got all cool sounds now, so nothing to really cheer it out. But that being said, dude, today, there's definitely some news today. There is definitely some news today, and we're gonna have to talk about that. And yeah, we got that dipsy do, baby. A little pullback on the price. But hey, let's shout some people out in the chat real quick. Let's scroll up. You guys are already crushing the chat. Let's go. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. You know what? I can't even scroll all the way up. So if I miss a couple of you guys, I am sorry. I did see French Toaster in the chat. Hola, my friend. Clayt the Great's in here. Hootie hoo, my dude. Username's up here. Hey, I got you, dog. Here we go.
With frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
All right, here we go. Wick589's in the chat. He beat his wife in there, but that's all right. I mean, he didn't actually beat his wife, but, he beat his wife to the chat. All right, Wick's wife, Fine89, she's in there. She's one of our newest mods. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alexandra G's in the house. How you doing, lady? She is our mod queen. So drop some emojis for her. We'd appreciate that. Let's scroll down here a little bit. We got Mike Play in the house. He said, "Sup, fam? How you doing?" And he is dropping those emojis. There you go. Retro Mike Tech. You know the deal. He's working, but he's listening, lurking in the background. My guy, what is up, Max H? How you doing? All my longs are back. There you go. Alex O Crypto, our fam is in the house. How you doing, brother? Go check out his channel, please, and thank you. All right, scrolling down a little bit more. Joe, Trade Intuition, how you doing, brother? Good to see you in the chat. Hope you got all your internet back up and running. I think you did. I saw you posting some content, so I think you're back in the game, baby. Go check out his channel. Let's look him up. Let's see. Harp, what's up? He said, yo, hope everyone's good. Yeah, F. Gensler. Yeah, you ain't wrong. All right, let's go. Going down here, we got Crypto Crag. He said, "What up, everyone? How you doing, man? Hope all is well." He said, "Retro Mike Tech. Every time somebody gets hacked, I get paid." Well, there you go. That's good business, man. That's good business because that happens a lot. So, Buck's in the house. What's up, my fellow Marine? He's in here. How you doing? And I think, oh, I got one more. C90 for the win. Let's go. All right. Let's go. All right. Man. Anything you want to talk about, man? Any news that came out today that you want to talk about? I know, I'm sure you know some of the things I'm going to talk about. We got to talk about corn inflation. And then I got a couple little spoilers in there in the intro. But what's up, man? What's going on in your life?
Nothing too much, man. Nothing too much. I just so I'm starting to. I found I got a Robinhood card, and I opened my Fidelity account back up, and I got a card. So I'm starting to get ready, and just in case we do get some sort of correction, I'm gonna actually go into the stock market a lot more this time, if we actually start to correct. But the stock market don't look like it's gonna correct, does it?
Bruh.
But I think it'll eventually come down, man. I'm thinking early 2025, like we said, maybe that Q1. Once everything starts to settle, once this information, these lies that they keep putting out, start to come to the light. So
Never ending.
we'll see. I'm just starting to get in position, man. Trying to get some fiat, get some dry powder on the sidelines in order to go in heavy, because I don't think the powers that be will let total destruction happen. Not yet. I think they're going to kick the can down the road. I think they got one more time to kick it down the road, and I think this is going to be another QE, but they're not going to call it that this time. And this is what I'm banking on. This is why long term I'm super bullish on these risk assets. But short to mid term, we'll have to see.
Right on. So
Just
Fidelity,
getting in position.
bruh. We gonna talk about it because they're in the news. We'll have to talk about that. I guess they're making Retro Mike Tech some money right now. Well, Army Piper's in the house. What's up, man? Hope all is well. And thank you for stopping by on your own channel. Much appreciated. But we are taking out the morning show. This is happening today. The numbers are going to go up. I'm telling you right now. All right, let's get over to the news, because first thing we got up here is I got a question. All right, I got a question for the audience. I'm going to read this, and I'm going to ask you that question. Charles Schwab. All right, 45% of ETF investors plan to invest in crypto ETFs. The survey also said that among millennial ETF investors, 62% prioritize crypto over equities. Now that's interesting, but this actually started, like, in my mind, it started churning a little, because we've had this move. We've had Bitcoin push up, right? It made a nice move up, but where is retail? Where is retail at? Are we losing retail to these ETFs? Like, are they starting to be like, you know what, crypto, the exchanges, FTX, all that, I don't want to play that game. I can get my exposure to crypto through these ETFs. And does that suppress, some of the retail numbers, we'll say, because some of the spot is still kind of getting exchanged, but is it OTC? I think that some of that spot exchange is actually OTC when you're talking about the ETF. So I don't know the impact that it necessarily drives or has on the price. I could be off on that. But that just in general, are we losing retail, back to those traditional markets? Because the traditional markets are through the roof, right? S&P, all-time high. NASDAQ, all-time high. Crypto, where are you? I think that we have lost a little bit of that retail back to those traditional markets because they're safer, to be honest. So I'd like to hear what you guys think in the chat here. And FD, what do you think, man? What do you think? Some of the retail is like pumping the brakes a little bit and just kind of going, the traditional route.
I'm not sure, man, because anybody I talk to about crypto, a lot of people don't even know what an ETF is, and then let alone how to, they're not even talking about crypto. So they know what 401ks are, they know what, probably like VOO, VTI or VII, those, different things, the Vanguard ETF, the S&P, but they don't even know that the Bitcoin ETF exists, or even how to explain ETFs and things like that. So maybe I'm talking to the wrong people. This is why I like to come on the Nightcap and talk to my crypto friends, because we're a little bit more savvy when it comes to investments. Everybody else want to talk about, all the stuff I don't want to talk about. So I don't know if it's something that we should be worried about. The whole premise of crypto was to, self custody and do all this other stuff. But that seemed like that's kind of going veering off to the left. So I like self custody. I don't think I'm ever gonna buy. I'm not gonna say ever. Maybe for like a retirement plan. Maybe once I start to implement more of a retirement strategy, then I'll implement a Bitcoin ETF. But I'm just I've been in this space long enough to just hold my own Bitcoin. That's really what I want to do. So you can't really ask me, man, because I'm really like a crypto nerd. I'm really a crypto guy. You gotta talk. You gotta ask somebody who's really not really that inclined to crypto. A lot of people who are just investing probably will see it as a safer way, which it probably is. It is a safer way, but I don't think it has that much to do with it right now. And so I think somebody in the chat said retail is broke AF, and that is true. We are retail, but we're not retail. We're retail, but it's retail, and then it's retail. Like that's how we explain it, over here. So the retail.
I was gonna read a
they're
couple
not
of
even.
those, man. That
Yeah,
stood
the
out to me because
retail.
there's 3 or 4 comments within like a 30-second span of like, and one of them was Craig. He said, what do you say, man? Box of crackers costing $6, bro. Retail is busted.
Man, retail's busted on. So the last thing on their mind is really like crypto. So I was doing a little bit of research before I went to hibernation, man, and I was looking at um the gambling traits or the gambling things that happen during economic stress or economic downturns. And it did say that gambling did, rise up when the economy starts going through things.
Yep, that's
So
normal.
I mean,
That's normal.
yeah, so we look at sports betting. Every other commercial is a sports betting commercial. Then we got online gambling, and then you got the Powerball, Mega Millions. Like everybody's always doing lottery, which is, and then now meme coins. Like people are trying to hurry up and make it because they don't have enough money. So I'm correlating all that together with saying that the economy is driving people to take a little bit more risk because seem like they don't have another choice. So um retail is broke, so we gotta see. I want to see it, once the market really starts to move, if we can really get some sort of bull run going until the end of 2025 or 2026, or even if it starts happening now, like whenever it happens, I want to see the numbers then.
Right on. Yeah, man. I agree. This is definitely wild, man. Just trying to catch up on the chat here, but let's go ahead and get over to our next article, and that is gonna be SEC commissioner, and this is not Gary, the SEC commissioner, though, admits crypto approach has been a disaster. I'm trying not to curse. I'm trying to keep it PG. Yeah, we know. You guys have forgot to implement regulations and just try to, enforce things. Like you try to just go after people, and that was the way you were regulating, but you never gave clear guidance in regulation. Of course, it's been a disaster. You guys were focused on the wrong thing. So that being said, we won't say too much more about that. I see FD shaking his head, so I think he agrees.
Yeah, man.
That like
They just terrible, man. It's like you open a grocery store, and then the FDA or something, tells you can't sell certain things, and it's like, okay, and then you start selling it, and they're like, oh, you can't sell that, and like you didn't tell us what exactly we could sell. Like, you're not giving us clear guidance, man. Like we can't sell bread now, like, so it's crazy, man.
you can sell bread, but it's gotta be wheat bread.
Yeah, you gotta, and it has to be gluten free, but like you didn't say that, so we have to. It's all bad, man, right now. Crypto, man, like we were making so much good progress, man. Even in the bear market, we had so much good high hopes for things and whatnot, and now everything seems like it's starting to unravel. But I think we'll be fine, man. Especially with BlackRock in it. If that's a good or bad thing, a lot of people think that's a bad thing, especially with the big entities, traditional finance coming into it. It takes away from what crypto was meant to be, but I think for longevity, it will help in the long run.
It takes away the decentralization, but at the same time, it helps with adoption and regulation, because they will make sure that there is regulation to make sure that they're not getting busted, right? So like, there's pros and cons. There is pros and cons, but I tell people all the time, this is what you ask for. When you ask for regulation, for a decentralized asset, this is what happened. So, all right. That being said, it's time. You know who we're bringing up. Sound the siren. My man, Elmer Fudd's in the house. All right. So, gave you a little teaser on this one. Just in 5.4 trillion. Asset manager Fidelity confirms that 77,000 customers' records were hacked, including licenses, social security numbers, and personal information. So that's why I had that little comment there, FD. As soon as you're like, yeah, Fidelity, I was like, uh-oh, whoopsie-doo. So, sorry, man.
It's okay, man. Hopefully they hacked it before my account got live or they got my
Yeah.
information. So, it's I don't even care anymore. I don't care. All of my information, all my website histories, everything is out there, man.
Yeah.
So it's like one of them things where it's just like it's a headline, but I've been on Facebook, I've been on all these social media platforms. I'm sure I've gotten all type of letters of data breaches of all type of things I've signed up for before in the past. So I don't, take it, man. If somebody want my social security number, you can have it, man. Because you're not gonna do nothing. I mean, I can block anything that you do. I have like blockers, but for the most part, all our information is out there. I can access pretty much anybody's information if I wanted to sit down and do a 30-minute deep dive. So it's not really that big of a deal for me. So hopefully, it's not something that money starts to get drained out. That's the big thing.
Yeah, dude, I think my social security number has been stolen at least 3 times. And I'm not exaggerating. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten, emails or letters in the mail saying, hey, it's been compromised. We're offering you a free year of, this protection, in case your data, has been used for something else. I did actually have someone try to file taxes under my social security number one time. That happened.
Yeah, I had that too.
Yeah.
I had that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then
now it's just like, go ahead.
and then it went away. Like, it was wild. It was the weirdest thing ever. Like, I tried to file taxes. They're like, you already filed your taxes. I was like, no, I didn't. I'm me.
Yeah. I had a couple of those incidents too where somebody tried to file taxes. This was a long time ago, and then I had people like opening stuff, and I'll get costs. So now I might just be like, hey, I'm about to go buy a bunch of stuff, and then it's like, hey, my social security number was stolen, man. They'd be like, oh yeah, this happened before. It's okay. We'll just wipe it all. So we'll see what happens.
Right on. Let's see here. See exactly TradeFly. That credit lock is something, depending on your credit situation, you should seriously consider. Yeah, right on, man. All right. Let's see. We got one more piece of news here, and this is the biggie. All right. This is why you're seeing or saw. I will not say seeing because we already saw it. It happened. As I like to say, I got to go backwards here. The dumpsy-doo. All right. The dumpsy-doo we saw today. And that is core CPI inflation rises to 3.3%, the first increase since March 2023. 258,000 people filed for unemployment this week, above expectations of 230,000. Once the September jobs report is revised sharply lower, it will reveal the Fed's nightmare situation: rising inflation with rising unemployment. So remember, we were kind of waiting on that trifecta, right? One of the things we were waiting on was the unemployment numbers. We got that, but now we're getting that in conjunction with rising inflation again. All right, this is bad. Okay, just so you know, like that's not a good thing. Okay, we don't want all of these things happening at the same time, and that leads to bigger issues. Now, the thing that you got to consider too, when you start looking at these core inflation numbers, like that doesn't include food, that doesn't include energy, some of the highest cost things that you have in your monthly budget are not even included in this number. So all those other external factors are going up. That's not good. And there you go. Piper's telling you what it is right now. It's called stagflation. All right, read up on it. Get smart up on it. It's a precursor to, I think, some more ugly. To be honest with you, personal opinion. I don't want to be Mr. Bear or FUD or FUD people out, but the numbers just haven't been aligning with what reality is. And I've been saying it for a long, long time. I'm like, I know that core inflation doesn't necessarily include all of my utilities and all of the things that are going on, but I'm like, it's out of control, man. It is out of control that if you go to a fast food restaurant with your kids, it was like going to Outback a year ago or 2 years ago. And I'm not kidding. Maybe I'll say 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Outback, same cost as McDonald's right now. That's wild. Like the dollar menu, the value menu is gone. I don't know if anybody noticed that. It's gone. It doesn't even exist anymore. So like let things like that thing.
It exists a couple places, but they just
Yeah.
substituted the food for more plastic.
Yeah. Do you still get the
So they
dollar
just
sweet tea? That was my jam back in the day.
it's sugar
Is that
water
gone?
now, no tea. They just put some brown
Sugar
coloring in
water.
there.
Fair enough. Fair enough, man.
Just put some dirty water
Yeah.
with some sugar, man. Make it look like sweet tea, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. They cut
That's how they
corners.
clean out the pipes on the machine, man. They just go
Yeah,
ahead and just dump that
exactly.
in there, nice and brown. Throw
Yep.
some sugar in there. There you go.
Sweet tea for it.
There it is. There it is, man. All right, cool. Let's get let's get over to the market pause. So you got anything you want to touch on with that? What do you got? I hit you up, man. I forgot to. That's my bad.
No, it's cool.
That's my bad.
No, it's always it's the same thing, that the same song we've been singing for the past few months, man. So 1 month is not really a trend. So once we start, like I said, I want to see. It's bad that it came out right before the election. So if we start getting this, next month and the month after that, then we get those revisions. I think Q1. Piper, correct me if I'm wrong. When we get those supposed to get those revisions again for the jobs. So I think, like I said, I think it might, start to, the cracks might start to show a little bit more, but we already know what time it is and what's going on. And, like I said, I made a X, I don't even know what you call it, a post. It's not a tweet anymore. I made an X today, and they said, I said, I don't think they're gonna. I think it might get bad, for people, but I don't think it's gonna get bad enough to where it's just gonna be an all out, disaster. They're gonna come in and stimulate, or figure out some new word, some new phrase to coin and help the markets, help the economy, man. If it does start to get like that, and they'll rather have a pretty good um normal economy, and they'll rather than massive deflation or a recession, man. I don't think they can really afford a recession the way our economy it is right now. I don't think they can afford a long drawn out recession, man.
I
It
feel
would
like we've
the
been
house
in a
of cards
recession,
would.
honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like one where it's just like, unemployment is high, and things are really, really slowed down. Like they're slowing down. Like,
Bro,
how you see a yellow light, you coming up and you start to hit the pump, you're pumping the brakes, you're not fully stopped yet. So
yeah.
we're coming down the road, we're pumping our brakes, Sometimes we can speed up. We thought about trying to make that yellow light, but then we said, no, let's slow down a little bit more. And now, it seemed like we may be starting to come to that red light, and we'll have to see what happens with that. But like I said, I don't think they're going to just let an all out calamity,
Yeah, nah,
calamitous
nah.
situation happen. That's when they have the tools to step in, but it comes at the cost of currency debasement, and it's no way around it.
Please, for the love of God, do not introduce any more stimulus. Please. For the
But they
love of
haven't
God.
did anything like that. They haven't did anything like they
Yeah.
can come on TV for the people who don't know and be like, "Hey, inflation cooled off to 2.4, 2.5." It's like key word, cooled off. Like we're not prices aren't coming down for the most part. Supply chains do matter. That's why it was like a big storm during the pandemic. It was like more money and supply chain issues. So the supply chain side has, freed up a lot of the inventory and everything can get in and out. But now we see it's really like the money supply, and we go tap into the M2 and things like that, and you can see global liquidity is also starting to rise again. Not in the U.S., but I think it's not in the U.S. and Brazil, but all over. Canada is starting to cut rates. Everybody around the world is starting to cut rates. So global liquidity is starting to pick back up. Just here is what we are still not on that train yet, but I think it's coming. But hopefully we don't go into an all out fall first. But we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, man. Wick, he's where was it? Meanwhile, skating rinks are getting bigger. Rinkflation. Hey, dude, I'm saying bring skating rinks back, bro. That was like a Friday night jam back in my day. Like, get these kids off the cell phones, get them out to the skating rink. Let's go. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get into some of the market update, market pulse, all that good stuff. Let's do that. Let's see here. Here we go. First thing up is going to be the economic calendar. We kind of already talked about this. We got core inflation rate month over month and year over year today. That was no bueno, right? So it was above expectation, not ideal. We got inflation rate month over month and year over year as well today. For tomorrow, we have PPI. So that's going to be PPI month over month and that is going to be the producer price inflation. There you go. That's what PPI is. So that is, again, that's going to be tomorrow. So keep a lookout for that. That could definitely have more of an impact on some price volatility. So be on the lookout. And then we have the Michigan consumer sentiment. That'll be tomorrow as well. Next week on the 17th, you do have retail sales month over month. Dude, so funny thing is, retail sales month over month. I remember doing a show with Alex O one morning, and retail sales came out, and dude, the market on those numbers just dumped, and we just started laughing because we were like, what gives? Like, we had no idea it was going to impact the market that much, and it just dumped through through all the support, and we were just kind of like laughing about it. So I remember that vividly. It does have an impact on the market, I promise you. So keep a lookout for that. Let's get over to the total market cap. That's sitting at a 2.11 trillion. That is down 0.11%. Trading volume over the last 24 hours is 69.3 billion, which makes for a 2.24% increase. And Bitcoin dominance is currently sitting at 56.41%, and that is a decrease of 0.17% over the last day. Let's look at your trending coins. You got AI Companions, Sui, and Bitcoin. No big surprises there. Haven't really heard too much about AI Companions, but I have seen it before. I just don't know too much about it. Your Fear and Greed Index currently sitting at 37, which is now in fear. So we are trending down to the left. Not ideal there. Over to your crypto bubbles. This is unexpected. Let me refresh that. That didn't seem right, but maybe it is. All right, Uniswap is up 11.3%. Not sure why that is. You guys can't see it. That's actually behind me right now, but Uniswap is up. Popcat is up 8.5%. We did have a really big pullback, so it's getting a little bit of a bounce. Not too surprised there. WIF is up 5.5%. OM Mantra is up 6.6%. And IMX, that is immutable. I don't know why I always forget that one, man. IMX just never sticks with me. That's up 5.3%. Hex is up 6.1%. That's been getting pummeled the past couple of days, so not too surprised to see a bounce there as well. Everything else, nothing too crazy going on right now. Nero, that's getting slapped, bro. Down 12.6%. I have no idea why it's getting slapped so hard. Phantom's down 4.6%, and then Conflux is down 5.2%. Those are kind of your big movers on the positive and negative directions. All right, Bitcoin is at number one. As always, that's at $60,216. That is down 0.58% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum currently sitting at number two. That's $2,386, and that is up 0.15%. You got BNB at 563. That is up, or correction, that is down 1.2%. You got Solana at 139. That is up 0.2%. XRP is at 53 cents, and that is up 1.8%. Dogecoin at 10 cents, as usual, just staying at 10 cents, down 1.8%. Really funny. It's down 1.8%, yet it's still at 10 cents. Tron is currently at 15 cents, and that is down 0.85%. Oh, correction. Oh, yeah, I said Tron. Tron, not Ton. Tron is down 0.85%. Ton is at $5.13, almost 14 cents, and that's up 1.4%. Cardano is at 34 cents right now, and that is up 0.5. AVAX at 25.85, that is up a whopping 0.1%. Just moving, baby. Watch it go. Watch Avalanche work. Shiba Inu, a bunch of zeros and 1.6. That is actually down a negative 2%. So that's having a little bit more of a pullback than everybody else here in the top 10, top 15. Chainlink is at $10.53, and that is down 0.45%. Bitcoin Cash, let's round it out to top 15, we'll say. $322.90. Sorry, I'm going to scroll up a little bit there for you guys. Doing a bad job of that so you can see some of them, but there you go. That is your top 15. Let's go over to the liquidation heat map. All right, looking at the liquidation heat map, we are on the 3-day. All right, you can see some liquidity was sitting here at about 60K. We did talk about that previously. That is now gone. And we did get a little bounce in this area here. So we'll look at that on the chart. That was at about 50, let's say about 58.9 or so. So we'll see how that aligns with the chart here. But liquidity now that's popping on the 3 days actually to the top side of price action. However, you can see the trend. The trend is down and right. I don't really take that into play in the shorter time frames just based on the trend, right? So I wouldn't be like, hey, look for a wick up here, look for this liquidity to get cleared, because our trend is actually still down and right. So it looks like we're having a nice little bounce though. It is starting to arc though. You can see, quick bounce up, and then you can see how it's starting to flatten out there. So what are you doing? You're hitting your head on what was support. So what it looks like on just on liquidity heat map, without even looking at the charts, is that we had support, we broke down, retest, big breakdown, comes up, and now it's retesting. I hope that is not retesting what was support and flipping it into resistance. That would be bad and show you continuation to the downside, unfortunately. So keep an eye on that. We're at I'd say, a pretty key spot, to be honest with you. Let's zoom out a little bit. We did that yesterday. Let's look at the monthly again. See if we got anything to write home about. Nothing too crazy. You can see where liquidity built up, and all you do is go back left. You can see where it had support, it got that bounce, price action was going up, right? So people got comfortable with leverage long positions. They stayed in those positions, and then it came back down and wiped them out, man. That's a pretty gnarly wick there. Yeah. So still some liquidity though. Definitely still some liquidity down here that can be reached. It is definitely within play. Same thing with about 57. Nothing too crazy. It's not like hot like you're seeing like it was right here and right here, but there's still some liquidity. Still liquidity to chase, I'd say. Your trend though, near term is down. Unfortunately. It looked like it wanted to make a move up. It looked like it wanted to kind of, you know, break out and go the opposite direction, but really now when you zoom out, it's just lower high, lower low. So not ideal. All right, let's go over to the chart, bounce it off of that a little bit, and then we'll kind of go from there. Look at the daily first. All right, a couple key areas we did talk about. One is the value area low. This value area low right now, unfortunately, was support. So, was support. And then when I say unfortunately, it's because it was. Now, we're on the bottom side of that value area low. If you go to a lower time frame, what you don't want to see is a retest of the value area low. Let's see if it populates. It may not. Trading view might be slow today, but let me do this. I can just draw a horizontal. That's why I put horizontal lines sometimes over top of the value area low and high. It just because sometimes it's slow to load between the two when you're just going back and forth between time frames. Let me line this up a little better. There you go. And then let's go to 4 hour. So there you go. Not ideal, friends. Not ideal. So keep an eye on that area at about 60,173, 60,200. All right, somewhere in that general vicinity. This could be a retest. This could be a retest with a breakdown. That would not be pretty. Hard to tell right here. I mean, we did get on the 4 hour. We did get that reversal. We got the oversold. But this is not making a strong move up if you're looking at the RSI, right? This is the RSI part of the oscillator. This is the prime oscillator for you guys. I think this one is part of the prime oscillator pro. Pretty Gucci, pretty nice. But it's not making a strong move up. All right, so that's a little scary. I'd keep an eye on this, and I think it's going to tell us a lot about where we're going to go with price action. So what do? You know, we do the old TradeFly thing, man. We wait for price to come to us. So that's what I'm gonna look for. All right, and you know, I gave you a key area. I'm not coming off that key area. I'm gonna be honest with you. 60,000 was something I was looking at based on the value area low. I wanted to see a bounce there. I didn't want us to fall through and then retest it. That makes me a little nervous. That makes me a little nervous that we see continuation of downside movement. And then we've talked about this area. Depending on where you drop your fib retracement, if you do it here to here, this is the 0.5. If you do it from here to here, it's the 618. Regardless, this area right here is going to be significant. So again, I will preach this every day, especially for those that are new, haven't watched a channel the past couple days or weeks, because I've been talking about this darn channel for months now at this point. Right around 55.6 or so, I would say is a very key level. All right, I think you're going to have price action off of there. Is that going to be our savior? Is that where you're going to be get the big bounce and continuation all the way up to, you know, to infinity and beyond, as Buzz Lightyear says? I don't know, but I do think you'll get a price action. I think you'll at least get a 2-3% move off of that area, and then ultimately you could see a breakdown. But I would try to play that on a shorter term trade. So let me actually move that out a little bit. Gotta update the range here. But yeah, that's kind of a key area I'm looking for. I would please everyone, like, This is not saying make this trade. This is saying mark this on your charts. Please do that. All right, this area at about 55.5, 55.6, very, very key for this whole range. All right, for the whole range, for the channel that goes back to 2020, please mark that on your charts. All right. So with that being said, all right, that's kind of my downside, right? If we move down here, that's where I would look for a bounce. That's where I would look for personal long entry. I'm gonna put an order there. I'm just telling you that right now. If we move up, we got a lot to contend with. All right, we're getting into that area where we're getting underneath of the moving averages, right? On the 4 hour, you got the 200, you got the 50, you got the actually this right here is the point of control. All right, I got to change the color here, but this is the point of control. All right, so value area low, point of control is right here. So there's a resistance to the top side, and your point of control is about 63K. We've already kind of came down, broke down, retest, broke down some more, right? So let's look at it on the daily. I don't like the setup, to be honest. We haven't fully been able to reset the oscillator either. We're getting close, but we really haven't had the opportunity to reset completely. There's not a lot of support in terms of moving averages. Again, we're under that value area low. Tough, man. It's really, really tough to be like, take a long position here. If you, I mean, let me see. We're going to fly now into elections, Alex. So I don't know. I think there's downside in the future. I think the data that came out today is going to be a catalyst for some downside. S&P, NASDAQ, that being so high artificially, I believe, I think is a recipe for a little bit of downside movement. Personal opinion. All right. But yes, typically they would like to have that perception of good data, good stock market, strong stock market. See what we did going into the election. And I think that's why we're at where we're at. But the charts tell me a different story. All right. So looking at that, again, I think that's a big support level. You got a lot of resistance at the point of control, and you have the 200. So now we got confluence. That's a worst case scenario, right? You got 200, and you have the point of control lining up in one area. So 63 is without a doubt a high side like target for me. I think you'll get a rejection off of there. If price moves up, I am willing to bet money that you're going to see it get rejected and move back down. Scalp trade, intraday trade might be an option. All right. But this is why I just let price come to me. So I don't do the daily thing where I'm trying to find these little teeny tiny patterns and little, areas of support and resistance. I find the good, like, hey, I have confluence here. I'm gonna let it come to me, and then that's when I'll make my trade. So that's what I'll be looking for on Bitcoin in the shorter term. We'll say 63 top side, 55.5, 55.6. That's kind of my bottom side. Those are my two targets that I'll be looking for price action off of. Right now, we're at an area, like if you want to get a little froggy with it, if you get that rejection here, you get a retest of the value area low. I mean, there's an opportunity for a short, maybe. So keep your eye on that. Keep your eye on the shorter time frames, the oscillators, just to see if that aligns with what you're seeing. Right now, it doesn't. I wouldn't do that when it's flipping right now. It's reset. I would look for maybe a second hit. If we come like that, do that OC retest, and then look for that move down. But what you'll see is the oscillator comes up and then goes back down like that. And you're seeing that trend showing that you're losing strength with that second move. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to pass it to FD. I'm going to let him hit up some TA and let me know if there's something in the chat you guys want to see.
Cool, man. So I'm looking at Ethereum right now. I'm looking at this huge symmetrical triangle that we're in. Right now we're sitting at 2381. So it basically, looking at the Bitcoin TA, it predicates and comes down to what Bitcoin is going to do. So if Bitcoin starts to lose those levels, then Ethereum is probably going to lose this symmetrical triangle to the downside. Break down, retest, and we'll probably come back into this area. This big red area is a pretty big area from about 2050 all the way up to about 2250. So about a $200 area. So this is what I'm looking at for Ethereum. But I was looking at it while you were talking. So let's take this away. Oop, not that one. Well, we can take that away too. Let's take this away, and then let's make this a little bit bigger. What are you seeing, TradeFly?
You're talking about the trend line that's going up and right?
Yep, but look at the pattern that Ethereum is in right now.
Oh, head and shoulders.
Will you? This is on a 4-hour time frame, so this is
Yeah.
like a perfect head and shoulders, an upward sloping trend line going upward. Then we have the left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder making its way up this upper sloping trend line. So this is on a 4-hour. So we want to hold this line. We want to hold this upper sloping trend line at about 2330. If we lose that, usually let's go. I think
What's the
the
measure move
measured
on that?
moves is usually
Yeah, there we go.
right
Eesh.
to right to the bottom of our
Eesh.
bottom of our range. Around 20,050, 20,060,
So
2,060 rather,
2000, which is a
2,050,
psychological number. What does that mean?
which is
You f-
also a psychological number. Yeah.
so what me as a swing trader, I find a psychological number. I find something that has a formation that has a measured move to that psychological number.
Yep.
That's an entry.
And then
And that's
yeah, so
swing
if we
trading
do
for
start to
me.
break down, exactly. So if we do start to break down, let's you look for the little, you can zoom in to maybe like the hourly, the 15. Look for us to, if we do break down, look for us to start hitting our head above here. We may pop back up, grab some more, a little bit of liquidity, and then we'll start to roll over. So once you get a few candles, close below there, that's when you'll start to roll over. But hopefully that doesn't happen. And hopefully Alex is right where we start to run into the election, man. Like you said, I don't think they care about crypto. That's the thing. The stock market is going up and crypto is going down. So that's a bad sign. Usually it'll be like, okay, they want to say a strong stock market. They don't care. They're not going to come like, yeah, we have a strong stock market and a strong crypto market. Like nobody cares about crypto. They just care that the stock market is going down. So this is why one of the reasons why I think it's a fabricated, manipulated thing, because like we've been uncorrelated at times, but we haven't seen like huge dumps like this in Bitcoin or crypto, and then we've seen like the stock market just keep creating all-time highs. So it's just a lot of fishy things going on right now. Like I said, around this election time. So keep your eye out on Ethereum, but we still have this downward sloping trend line. If we do it like that and not even pay attention to the head and shoulders, we are in a symmetrical triangle, so we could break out. We'll have to, first of all, we have confluence coming in at 2420. We have the downward sloping trend line. We also have this horizontal coming in where we basically touched multiple times. Like you can see all the way back here, all of August, September, we touched it again. So this is a huge area of confluence that we're squeezing in right now. So 2420 to 2430 is the level that I want to see us hold, and we'll break out, and then that'll probably negate that head and shoulders, and we can ultimately try to make our way back up to around 2700. So it's really two things. It's a little bit, these head and shoulders, man, these are really strong indicators, really strong bearish indicators. And this is a perfect one. Looks like I'm freezing up a little bit. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, your audio is great. Your camera is just going in and out. So not really sure what's
Okay,
going on there,
yeah.
but your audio is fine. So we're just kind of powering through.
Okay. Well, just listen to me. You can listen. All you need to do is you
Your
need to
charts are
listen.
good.
So this head and shoulders, man, is you want to see if this plays out. So you got two scenarios. If you're trading, if you're holding, and if you think you want to accumulate a little bit more. If we do start to go down, I think that $2,100 level is a good psychological level to add a little bit more. Ethereum has been lagging. Ethereum has been lagging very much, but like I said, a lot of these coins have been sucking the liquidity out of these bigger layer ones, out of these bigger projects. And I think it's going to continue. Meme coins have been leading the cycle. So at some point, if you're trying to make money, which 97% of us are in crypto to make money, you have to go with what's working. So you have to, go into the meme. If you want to make more money, you have to go into some of these meme coins. So I'm holding a lot of Ethereum. That's, like I keep saying, that's my biggest bag. But right now I'm starting to. I'm not about to sit there and just go through 20,000 meme coins per day, but I am looking at the strong ones that have been moving, the ones that have been have stood the test of times, and meme coin uh life. If it's lasted about 3 months, then that's an OG meme coin, because usually they're in for a couple weeks and then they're gone. So if they're around 90 days plus and they still are going up and down and still have a little bit of liquidity here and there, then those would be the ones I'll be looking at. I'm not an insider. I wish I had some inside news, the inside stuff, like Ahmad Rashad. Remember that show? But it's one of them things where you just gotta just play the game how it's being played. So, like I said, meme coins are showing strength, and the ones on Solana are the ones that showing strength, and that's why Solana hasn't probably rolled over as much as everything else, because everything is being built on Solana. All these meme coins is being built on Solana. You got to have Solana to buy these meme coins to convert. So, last cycle was Ethereum. The meme coin cycle was on Ethereum, and that really helped push it up. So technically, I'm just looking at these two levels, these two patterns, to see what happens. We'll probably get some sort of resolution by the end of the week, going into next week, and hopefully, like I showed the chart yesterday, the third week of October will tell us a lot. I was sitting on my hands the first week. I thought we'll get some type of movement, which we finally start getting some movement this week, but it's been to the downside. So I think the third week of October will tell us a lot, if history repeats itself. So I'm keeping my eyes open.
Right on. Hey, so Alex, he said there's some bullish divergence on the 6 hour through the daily, I think he said. So looking at the 12 hour right now, depends. I'm guessing if you're using RSI specifically, or if you're using the prime oscillator. Prime oscillator not quite showing it yet. Getting close though. If this does bend up on the 12 hour, then yeah, you will see some bullish divergence. So I can see what you're talking about there. I know it did print on the 6 hour though, for sure. I saw that already. So let me go to the 6 hour real quick. And so yeah, you can see price action coming down, and wait for it. There you go. So it did print bullish divergence on the 6 hour for Shizzle. I mean, on the 6 hour, man, the time frames is a funny business, man, because they can tell you different things. In this one, if you were looking at just the 6 hour, you would say, okay, this looks pretty bullish, right? Because you got a reversal, you got a peak seeker, oversold, bullish divergence, all in one area. It's screaming, we need a reversal. But if you look at the background indicators, if you look at the money flow, if you look at the true 7, all of that's bending down. That's all going to a negative, right? So it kind of, it's interesting, man. It's interesting, but when I see something like this, I need to see a very clear area of support. All right. And so that's what I don't see with this. I mean, you could argue that there's some support in this area. But it's like, it's craziness, right? It's not very clear. So when I'm maybe like, if you were looking at, let's go ahead, let's do a fib retracement off this. Go from this low, local low, high. Let's see what we got here. So, I mean, you're close to the 0.5. You're close to the 0.5. So that, that might not be a bad thing. You didn't get a close. You only got a wick underneath of it. So there's some arguments to be had there. I see what you're looking at, man. See what you're looking at. But
so yeah, he said it depends on the oscillator. It definitely depends on the oscillator. So what I've come to realize, like when I try to use like different oscillators for confluence, sometimes they give me, different especially different indicators. Like they may give me, that's why I try to stick with one indicator, and that indicator of pretty much give its consistent data and information. And you just stick with that one, because when you start using like multiple indicators, a lot of times like one may flash a signal and the other one doesn't flash sometimes. So it definitely depends on the oscillators too.
for sure.
But I am saying the same thing that you are saying.
Right on. Let me I'm gonna change the time frame on this. Go to the 12 hour. Just comparing some oscillators here. This is the RSI right here. Yeah, not really seeing that so much there. See what the 6 hour looks like.
Oh, I see you pulled the old school strategy out. I see that one.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's fire. So that,
Yeah,
if you
I
guys
remember
haven't
you
seen
showing me
that,
that one.
let me teach y'all something real quick. If y'all don't know who Eric Crown is, he's pretty good. He does a lot of back testing. So with the strategies that he actually talks about, pretty good. pretty good, man. Like, and this is one that I picked up a long time ago that I want to say like a 70 to 80% hit rate on it. And it was mainly around the 5-day. That was his highest percentage hit rate was on the 5-day. So what you were looking at on the 5-day was you wanted the RSI, or sorry, the stochastic to be over, I believe it was 80. All right, it had to be over 80 and under, I want to say 20, if I remember correctly. Now it's hard to see on this one. All right, you would probably need a true stochastic to see it a little bit more clear. But when the stochastic crossed to the negative and it was over 80, and then, you know what? I take that back. It was not the stochastic that needed to be over 80. It was the BBWP. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've looked at it. It was the BBWP. So you actually want that, I want to say it was 80 and 20, if I remember correctly. And what you were looking for, these blue right here, these blue lines are indicating that there is volatility, right? Or incoming like volatility. So you were looking for a stochastic cross up, volatility, like basically incoming volatility. The red is the end of a trend, and this is saying we're about to have volatility. And so basically it was a very simple strategy. And don't quote me on the numbers in terms of BBWP, but I think it was 80 and 20. But if it got low enough, which I believe it was under 20, and then stochastic cross to the upside with volatility, you were looking for price action to go up. And so kind of hard to see here, but you got your cross. All right, you got your cross right here. All right, and then you entered into your little volatility range here. Crosses up, price action went up. All right, that's it. That's that play for that one. And then I don't think he played the trends, if I remember correctly, but he did play the crosses down as well. But again, I think that had to be over 80, so this one wouldn't be valid if I remember. Or no, this actually would be. See, I'm lying to you already. Hard for me to remember, but there you go. All right, so you have volatility again. You got stochastic cross to the downside. All right, so now you're looking for downside movement, and so you got pretty significant movement down and right. So that's you check his strategy out at some point. I don't know what it's named. I just know it was a 5-day that he was using, and again, it was using the volatility, the BBWP, and then it was using stochastic, and it was pretty much that simple. So you don't need all this craziness here. This is not. Funny thing is, it's not Market Cipher B. Literally, that is the name, not Market Cipher B. So if you guys are looking for something pretty comparable to Market Cipher, there is Van Mucho, which I think is what FD uses. So VMC, I think it's called VMC Cipher B, if I remember correctly. You guys can check that out.
But I learned how to use it through Market Cipher. But in the bear market, I said I need something free. I'm trying to save some money, so I started using Vu Manchu.
Vu Manchu, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I need to. I'm gonna hit Crypto Face up, man. See if I can get a
yeah.
free
You need
version,
you need to go legit. You need to go legit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go legit, man.
He gonna get mad at us soon. So hopefully,
Yeah,
he's not watching this.
yeah.
What are you doing
that's
over
why
there, man? Throw me a code, bro. I'll use the real thing. Cool. So anyways, we beat all that up. Let me see. Was there any like special requests in the chat at all? First one. Van Muchu is not good, Alexo. I ain't saying that, man. It's PG. Even a PG, man. What are you doing over there? Yeah, that's the one I have. The one that you have the script for in the Discord, I have that. Yeah. XPR88. What? Is that a real thing? Not. I don't even know. Are you guys are looking for not? Is that what you want? Or were you guys like talking about something else right now?
I think not is like something on on Ton or Telegram. I think it has something to do with Ton. It's a coin. It's definitely.
I've heard of not before, but I didn't know if it was something I said or if it's something they want us to look at. I'm waiting in the chat right now. Let me know if there's something you guys are looking for us to look at. Sometimes I say silly things.
Oh, not MC is an indicator. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, time not is okay. Yeah, that's the meme coin on time. Yeah,
What a
okay.
fancy
But yeah, that's
indicator on the
it. I remember
bottom.
you was.
Oh, you're talking about this one. This one is Chart Prime. This is Chart Prime, the Prime Oscillator Pro Plus. This is that Gucci one. All right, we're stepping it up a little bit. You can change the colors on this, make it all pretty like, make some Halloween colors if you want. But man, I'll tell you what, Prime Oscillator, I think it's pretty fire personally. Like I showed you guys on the daily, this thing plays out pretty well. Like look at
So really, I just
the
need
reversals.
just like money flow. Money flow, I can pretty much look at
That's in here too.
use price action to trade. But so the Prime Oscillator, that's the free version, right? Because the Prime Oscillator also has a free version.
I thought is that the Prime Oscillator? I thought it was called something else for some reason. I know the Prime Oscillator Pro is this one.
Okay, that's
this
the
is the Pro
Pro.
Plus.
Yes,
So there's
Pro
a Prime
Plus.
Oscillator.
Okay.
The Pro is what we were using, or what I was using for a while, and now they got the Pro Plus. So this is like the
So
step up.
is this the third? So it's the Prime Oscillator, the Prime Oscillator Pro, and then the Prime Oscillator Pro Plus. It's like a tongue twister. Prime Oscillator Pro Plus.
They're
Okay.
gonna have to work on that naming convention, huh?
They just need to get some easier names like BBW, like what BBW and BBWP. That's what I remember. I just remember BBW, man.
Yeah.
That was why I remembered the strategy that you were saying.
All right. What Polo said? Not is
Oh
the
yeah, he
time
said
meme
it's a
Okay.
not is
So
the
that's
meme
what you
coin
guys are
on
looking for.
Time
I just
Coin,
wanted to make
yeah.
sure. I didn't know. Like Mike said, Nightcap chat, it gets a little unhinged sometimes. I don't know if you're making fun of me. I don't know if like y'all are talking about something else in the chat. All I see is not. So I will look up not right now. So let's do that. Just for your essay, it was not on my my list of tokens here. So we're gonna be working through this together. So hold on tight. Should be a clean chart though. Looking a lot like Matic.
Yeah, that I was about to say that don't look good, man.
Nah, it looks just like Matic. Just working its way down and flatlining.
But you know what? Not Telegram.
But that's
Timecoin hasn't
support,
really
bro.
shown a lot of hasn't really shown a lot of strength. So as soon as Timecoin starts to move, this will move too.
Yeah,
So
for
it's just a
sure.
proxy. It's just a proxy of Timecoin.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's at an area that it looks like is building up support though. And then if you start looking at the oscillator, it's kind of slowly working its way up and right too. So I mean really keep an eye on the 50. That's the 50 SMA, the blue line. If you break that, you might see some potential for some upside movement. Might be able to take a quick play from if it breaks and you get that OC retest. You guys know how I like that. If you get the OC retest, you might be able to take a quick play up to basically where it had that rejection. I'd probably play the close. So I mean you could get a nice little move off of that, nice little swing trade. But this is not where I would be entering. I don't think. I mean, unless you believe in it and you got some kind of conviction, long-term play, you are, I would say, at a pretty clear area of support. And you'll see that sometimes, man. These things will flatline and they'll stay flatline, and then like FD says, man, it looks like the heartbeat just kind of like stops on you and it just kind of goes flat, and then they just pop. I've seen that time and time again with these, altcoins, man. They just, I don't know. But just looking at the chart overall, doesn't look very healthy. Not something I'd be too excited about right now. I would like to see some kind of like, pattern in the opposite direction, something a little bit more, unfortunately. Retro Mike's going to yell at me right now, but something more like Cass, right? So looking at that chart, not saying it's going to play out. Let's go find that real quick, just so I can show you what I'm talking about.
TradeFly, before you
What's
go
up?
into Cash, man, a lot of these coins, man, look like the end of a bull market. Like these are how coins look at the end of a bull market, to be completely honest with you. I'm not saying
End
we're
of
at
a
the
bull
end.
market or end of a bear market?
No, end of a bull market. Like you see that high peak and then it just lower high, lower low, lower high, lower, just off into the down and to the right. Like this is what I've seen in 2021. for a lot of these coins. I don't think this is the end yet. You know, it might be you know, a little bit for some of them, but it definitely looks bad, but it could pop up. I think Timecoin is going to do good if the market does, you know, turns around and does good. Timecoin is going to do well, and I think NOD will do well too, just off the, you know, being a simple proxy of Timecoin. And Telegram is one of the few things in the world, I mean, in crypto that has like working product that's tied to something with a working product. So that's why I really like Timecoin.
Yeah, no, I'm not against it. I just that token itself. Actually, let's look at Toncoin. All right, well, this is what I wanted to say. Just not anything about Caspa, not about believing in it, any of that. So, Mike, don't get mad. Don't get mad. All right, but I would prefer to see something like this. And when I say that, when I say the stair step going up, right, it's going the opposite direction. You bounce off the 618, you bounce off the 0.5, you bounce off the 0.382, right? You're seeing it stair step up. All right, look, it's making a nice progression up and right, kind of riding the wave up and right, and you're staying within this trend. Now, we were staying within this trend. Let me correct myself there. We just broke out of it. That's not exactly ideal because we did get that wick off the 382, kind of like this. Look at the wick, nice buying pressure, nice buying pressure. Now we got under the trend, right? We did not maintain the trend. This is the first time where we could say, like, all right, there could be some potential for some downside here. We might actually break the trend that we're in for Caspa. That could be a thing. And that hurts my soul a little bit because I got a lot of money in Caspa. But ain't much I can do about it. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we do see it revisit this area at the 0.5 at about 10 cents. But that is, you know, could be a potential buying opportunity. But anyways, no, not too much TA on Caspa here. See, what else we got? Poll. Yeah, we looked at that yesterday. And so, I don't know, man. Is there anything else you want to look at?
Not really, man,
fine.
because I'm just I'm waiting on the overall market to do something. Like we could do all the TA in the world, man, but if Bitcoin is not going to do anything, if the market is not really going to start, you know, going back up and to the right, then a lot of these coins are just gonna they might just be flatlined at these macro support levels. And then, you know, once the market moves, like people are ready to jump in the game. They're waiting on the market to move. That's why when the market starts to move, these coins move fast, like 20, 30, 40%, because people are just waiting, like itching to get back in. It's like you know, like zombies, like they were just waiting to get back in. So when the market does turn around, if the market does turn around and you can catch some of these coins at these macro support levels, then you can make a nice amount of money. You gotta sit on your hands sometime.
Yeah, I'm almost about to laugh at, like, looking back at some of the TA I saw where I I labeled a support level. I labeled an arrow like up and right off that support level. And sure enough, it did pop, but then it definitely came back. So that's one of those things, man. That's why I don't like to stay in these cryptos too long. You'll see those big moves up and then crazy pullbacks, man. Let's so this is what I'm saying, man. Look at how different this looks than not. Right? Like not has like completely retraced all the way back down to like these kind of levels. I think, you know, and then Con, you know, this is probably like close to a 50% retracement. Depends on where you go from. But let's see here. Let's do a
Man, you know what, man? I really hope we do get a nice pop going into the election. I really hope we do get, you know, a lot of things going on to the end of the year, beginning of New Year, because of 2025, because a lot of people are really counting on this bull run. A lot of people are really, you know, have some money into this and really banking on this cycle. So I hope we do get a nice move up. And my price prediction has been coming down. I said 120 in March. I said we were going to 120. Now it's coming down, man. I still think if we get a huge run, we get to 100. But you know, I think what you said, 88K, that would be
That's
very
my high side
underwhelming,
target,
man.
yeah. I don't even
88K would be very underwhelming.
know if we're gonna hit that. I mean, we're not going in the right direction. So
We're definitely not, man. But it's still hope. I'm still giving it a little bit of time because, like I said, those Octobers, man. These Octobers usually start to pop off them third week. So
what'd I say? It was
just like in
like a
September, just like
20.
in September. Just like in
25%.
September, yeah, just like in September, the downside is usually the first 2 weeks. So we kind of saw that too. Like around the 20th, that's when the market started to turn around. So now the first 2 weeks of September is usually bearish, and then usually flatlines, but this September it went up. This time, usually the Octobers are usually kind of flat the first 2 weeks, and then those last few weeks they start going up. So hopefully next week we start to move, man. We got a few more weeks to the election. And then, we do have a lot of people in the crypto industry and around the, investing world do want to see a certain person get in. So I think if they get in, we may get a little surge as well. But, just got time will tell.
Right on. Looking at Richard might tell you, he said the cash lines are in the wrong direction. I mean, I told you there's potential for some downside right now. I'm not fronting on that, man. I think 10 cents is in the cards for it. And then he said Ton is doing palm scanning. They're partnered with the same company that WorldCoin is for identifying aggregation. Interesting. Did not know that. So that's, I don't know. Is that bullish? I guess it's interesting. It gives it utility. And that's one of the things you have to look for in these projects, right? Like find things with real world utility. Like that gets me interested more so than some of these meme tokens. All right. Where was I? All right. So I was playing with the fib retracement, right? One of the big things, like when you do fibs, like you can go like from like a low to a high. Yeah, I mean you could do a fib pretty much, I won't say anywhere, but in a few different places, right? Because you're looking for that low to the high, whether you're going range or local. There's a couple of different ways, but what you want to look for is that you're seeing price action off of those levels, right? So that kind of helps you with your analysis. Right now, what I see kind of the clearest in terms of price action to kind of lining up is really taking this low here, like the low all the way to the high. So we're taking the whole range, And when we do that, then you start seeing some very clear support and resistance levels, right? So you see the 236, it held up on that. All right, at support, big breakdown. So you're getting price action. Lots of price action off of that. Then you come down to the 0.382. Well, look at that. Got support, and then breakdown with a retest and a breakdown. So what do I think's in play for TON right now? $4.60. That's very possible because we got the retest, and then you have the 50. It's staying on the bottom side of the 50. That's like kind of I'm not going to say a fast moving because it's not the 200, but it's a little bit faster. It keeps with the price action a little bit better. A lot of traders use that 50-day. All right, it's on the bottom side. That's not ideal. See how we stay on the top side of the 50, and it's all bullish momentum, right? It's moving up and right. We get on the bottom side of that, retest it, came down, retest it, came down. Not ideal. And you had the 200. So yeah, man. I mean, I would say short term, I would look for. I mean, if you believe in TON, and you want to get in TON. Here it was at $8.26, and you're thinking you missed the boat. Have it. You can get it for half the price, $4.60. I think that's an opportunity there. So don't be scared to put a horizontal line on there. Drop that puppy, and then set a little alert. Might move that up just a little bit, maybe to align with that wick right there. Don't want to miss it, right? Set an alert. There's your opportunity. Where's the actual price? Again, do your own darn research. Not financial advice. I gotta say that, I guess. But about $4.70. You could see that. Wouldn't be surprised at all. So very simple TA for TON. All right, I think we've gone a little bit long today. Go ahead and wrap this one up. Let's go over to the duo cam. Say our goodbyes. Hope everyone enjoyed the show this evening. You guys are crazy in the chat as usual. We appreciate you very, very much. If you guys enjoy the show, please give us a like and subscribe. And again, share this with a friend. Hit that notification bell. We're trying to outpace the morning show. A little friendly banner with Piper. I'm sending him text messages and letting him know that this is the best show on his channel, just so he knows. But FD, what's up, man? You got anything for the people on the way out?
Have a happy weekend, man. Watch those levels. Watch for a little more downside if we do get some. Maybe another washout going into going into next week. I did find out. I think Uniswap was up a lot today.
It was, yeah.
Was it Uni?
You know why?
Yeah. So they dropped a new layer 2 called Unichain.
Oh,
So
okay.
on Ethereum. So that was a bullish catalyst for Uniswap to start going up. So that was why Uniswap went up. So just another layer 2, man, to compete with. So
Yeah.
there it is, man.
If
But
there's not
have a good
enough
weekend.
already.
If there's not enough already, man. So but it's DeFi is obviously it has some type of use case and utility, so that's pretty good. But
Yeah.
just for the most part, have a good weekend, be safe. We'll be here next week, Monday, back at 8. Were we doing 8 o'clock or we're still sticking with 8:30? Like, did we come to a conclusion yet?
Nah, we're at 8:30 for now. We'll figure
Stick with
that out.
8:30, okay.
Yeah, we'll let you
Okay.
get through soccer. And then we gotta get the Wicks to buy off on it too. They said that's prime time for them. So we got some convincing to do. But yeah,
Okay. Well, yeah.
French
Well,
toes are cracking me up
pretty
though.
much
He
it,
said
man.
he said do your own research is too much work though. He ain't wrong.
You know what? It is a lot
That's
of
why I
work.
used to watch shows too.
It's a lot of work, man. You'll be surprised, man. 2020, whatever Bit Boy said, I was buying, man. And I got wrecked, man. Shout out to Ben. That's shout out to Ben, man. But
Don't say that, man. I don't want to be responsible for that. God, don't say that.
So I started doing my own research and I figured out why I was getting wrecked though. So it wasn't completely his fault. It wasn't completely, just anybody's fault. But it was just one of the ways I just didn't know how to read the market. So, he'll say buy something and it was like I'll buy it too late. And then the market will retrace and then I'll sell, then it'll go back up. Like you just don't know. You just didn't know. So once I started doing my own research, learning how to read the charts a little bit, and not putting my whole, faith into influencers and content creators, then I fared pretty well. But
Yeah. I think the one thing about influencers and content creators is they put things on the map that I would have never looked at.
Oh yeah.
And that's about it. Like that's where I let it go. Like I don't follow really anyone's TA too much. I will look at a few people just to kind of bounce things to see if it jives with what I'm looking at. But I will say that there's been a few times where like people are talking about like some of these meme tokens and stuff like that. Like I would have never looked at PopCap, bro. Like never in a million years, but I've seen that thing move after you started talking about it. Caspa,
I retired from the PopCat community, man.
I got it.
I retired, man.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I would have never, never heard of it.
I was telling people, man. I think it was like 14, 15 cents. Like PopCat, man. I just like the name because it reminded me of a song, man, called "Pop That" by French Montana. French Montana. I think Drake was on it. I can't remember who else was on it. I'm like PopCat, because if you listen to the song, it sounds like PopCat. So that's weird reason why I liked it, but it turned out good. So that was the reason why.
That's fair. I don't know. I know like it was a saying like back in the day for us. We'd always be like, that thing's about to pop. So I don't know. PopCat. It was a thing. Anyways, here we go again. Going all crazy. What Retro Mike Tech say? He said, "This is why I tell everyone to do the opposite of me. They can succeed from my failures." That goes for a lot of us, dude. Not gonna lie. I am not perfect by any means. I will show you guys too. I get upside down some things. All right, yeah, we're gonna get out of here.
Before we get out of here, man.
See, you always get me with that, man.
So a lot of people are saying they like the longer shows and they like the longer format better than the 30-minute shows. And I want to tell you, like, a lot of times, man, when we were doing the 30-minute shows, we would just get off and just continue talking for like another 30 minutes.
Yeah, now you guys got to deal with it.
So now we just leave the camera on and we just keep recording and keep streaming. So you're just getting basically the behind the scenes how we talk, man. So appreciate everybody for sticking around, man. We definitely appreciate everybody, man. Have a good weekend.
For sure. Yeah, I gotta go take the lady to dinner. She's due. She's old. So I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a great weekend, day. Trade safe. Still got some volatility incoming, I think, for tomorrow. So be careful out there, and then we'll see you again Monday. With that, we're out of here. Have a good night. Much love.
Low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change.